Namaskar my dear friends. Let's go for MATLAB training day 1. So we will be seeing in this MATLAB introduction, basic concepts, elementary mathematical operations and matrix operations. Alright. So let's open MATLAB. Once we open MATLAB, you will see we have kind of like this. We have files where all the programs that you have already done, that will be there. We have workspace where all the variable values will be stored, live values, and this is a editor window which will be storing your program where you can write your code and you can save it, right? And this is your command history, which is the most powerful like platform in MATLAB where everything can be done on the go. Let's say a equal to 10, so a will be 10. Okay. So this is how it is done, and all these values will be actually stored in workspace. Okay, so let me just collapse this. Okay, so we have the workspace, we have our MATLAB editor window, and we have command history window. If you are very new to MATLAB and you want to learn through MATLAB program itself, you can go to getting started directly. So once we click here, you will see getting started with MATLAB, and it has very good tutorials. You can have like desktop basics, matrix and arrays, array indexing, workspace variables, text and characters, calling functions, 2D, 3D like 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional plots, programming and scripts, help and documentation, everything. Okay, so one of them if you want you can click and you can have a very good understanding about how MATLAB you can program it, right? So this is how you have a very good like documents or the tutorial platforms where you can learn MATLAB very easily, and you can keep clicking next. So it has around 10 to 12 topics, and all these you will be able to learn. So alright, let's not get into this what is available with us. We'll try to understand very easily how we can learn MATLAB with us. Okay, so let me just cut all of them and let me delete this as well. Okay, so let us start. Very first thing that you have to learn in MATLAB is basically you try to write down CLC. Okay, CLC is actually clear. So once you write down this clear and once you run this program, it will remove this all like values that is there in command window. So let me just run it and show it to you. So go to this editor window, run it. So everything is cleared, right? So let us say a equal to 10, or let's say help plot, or let's say help bode. Okay, so many things are there in command window and you want to see this very clean. Okay, so if you want to see very clean, then you can just type CLC and it will clear the command window. Okay, so this is very first statement that you have to understand. Next is close all. Okay, so if you write close all and run it, whatever figures or anything is already open in your like window, that will get closed. So since there are no figures, nothing is closed, so let us like initialize some figure. So let me initialize one figure. So as you can see, we have one figure here. Let me initialize one more figure, or let me do one thing. X is equal to minus pi is to 0.01 is to pi. Okay, and then I'll just put plot x comma sin x. Okay, so it will plot that particular value. So as you can see, sin x is plotted. Now if I place this close all, then what will happen is all the figure or everything is there that will get closed. Okay, so let me just run now and you will see figure 1 has been closed. So if unnecessary figures are there which are like 10-12 figures is already open in your windows, then those will get closed, right? The last one is clear. Okay, so once you do clear, the workspace variable that is already available, that will also get cleared, like nothing will be there in your workspace. So once you run, they will get cleared. Okay, good. With these three basic understanding, we are now ready to roll into MATLAB training. Okay, so let me just delete all of them. you have to understand CLC, close all, clear. These 3 line of statement in every code, you please write it down. So your code will be always neat and clean, and nothing will be taken from your previous, like stored values or something like that. Okay. Good. Now, first of all, we generally write down some comments like, okay, a is equal to, let's say, 10, and we want to see what is this. So we want to write down some comments. Okay. So basically what will happen is to write down a comment, you have to start with percentile symbol and write down this is my variable. Okay. So this will, like appear in green color. So this is how you write any comments. Let's say a is equal to 10, and you can write down percentage. This is the value of variable a. So this is how you understand that, okay, a is a variable which you want to notify to the users, or like let's say f is equal to, you want to write down m into a. Okay. So you can write down this is calculation of force. So force is mass into acceleration, right? And this is how you give comments. Now sometimes what happens is you want to write down multiple line of comments. Okay. So for multiple line of comments, you have to start with percentile, then give braces, and then you can write down whatever you want. Okay. So this is my name, which is Ajit. Okay. And this is my first code. So like this, you can keep on writing multiple line of comments, and then once you have to close, you have to give percentile and braces. So this got closed. So you can see there is a line which has extended up to this. Okay. Good. So you have understood how to write down comments in MATLAB, then how to write down multiple line of comments. Okay. Now let us talk about how we can have, like normal understanding of, like MATLAB. Let's say a equal to 10. Okay. Then let's say m equal to 20, like mass is equal to 20. So now we have f is equal to ma. Okay. So force calculation is ma. So you will see once we run this, the other lines are not, like created at all, but this is created, which will be f equal to ma. What this guy is saying is, we have invalid expression, check the missing or extra characters. Okay. So I'm not sure what is happening. Let me just tell it. Okay. So we have written a equal to 10, m equal to 20, and f equal to m into a. Since this was multiple line comments which is there after this, okay, and that's the reason it was telling that check for missing or extra characters. Okay. So if you want, you can like delete all of them directly, and then you run it again, and you will see f is equal to ma. Okay. So as you can see, f equal to ma. Now f equal to ma, which is 200. So you can see f equal to ma, 200 was stored in your workspace. If you want to see that value, you can just type f, and it will be shown here. Okay. So we'll see a lot of different techniques, how to display your values, how to print your values, how to plot your values. Okay. So let me delete all of them and just talk about variables in MATLAB. Okay. So how we can see variables in MATLAB is, let's say a is equal to, as I wrote, 10. So 10 is a value of a which is stored in double form. Okay. If you want, you can put b is equal to a. It means what will happen? A was 10 and the value of a has been assigned to b. Okay. So you can see a equal to 10 also, and b equals to also 10, because b is a value which is taking the value of a. Okay. Similar to that, you can write down x equal to 30. Okay. And let's say b equal to 60. Okay. Here I told 30, so I should write it 30. Okay. So what will happen now? You see the difference. B was earlier a, and now it has become b equal to 60. Okay. So it will be changed. So earlier, see, a equal to 10 is fine, b equal to 10 is second line, right? Then x equal to 30, and then b equal to 60, right? So b equal to a has been replaced. Okay. Now this is the problem always. You will see there is a red underscore line here, that this value b has been rechanged. Okay. So it is not used. So since it has been replaced. Okay. So this is not to be done, otherwise you will always have issues like, oh, B was A and then later B was 60, so you will not even know. So this is the way you should not write it down.